Miles earlier, Marco Gaspari, but he's focused on the task in hand. Milano will be fully respectful of the fact that Łódź can cause them problems if Łódź hit top gear. Milano have to stop them doing that. We are good to go then with leg 2 of this quarter-final in the CEV Champions League here in Milano. The home side in the pink and gold will get things underway. Allianz Vero Volley Milano through Alessia Oro, their captain and setter, puts the ball into play against the team in the dark shirts. ŁKS Commercecon Łódź of Poland, the only Polish women's side left in the Champions League draw. Is this their final match of this European campaign? Well, to make sure it isn't, they need to win 3-0 or 3-1 for the chance to beat Milano in a golden set. If they let their opponents win 2 sets, it's game over. Silla. That's a nice dig from Maeva. Juve doesn't get the full run up, but she can still get a lot of power on with that 2 meters and 2 frame of hers. Ratsky bumps it to Maeva to make the next set, drags Juve in, but Juve defends well off the block. Pieszecka doesn't put that away. Juve goes third time, and third time is not a charm. Blocked beautifully by Raffaella Folli. 6 great seasons at Conegliano for Folli before she signed for Milano in the off-season. Not a huge amount of court time, but she is so reliable. First point on the board then for the home side. Miriam Silla will serve. Solid pass from Amanda. Nice set from Ratsky. Defended one-handed by Oro. Tipped wrong-handed by Bajema. Gets a swing on that one though. And Igonu into action. Can't find that slot she's been hitting between 6 and 5, but the return block is good enough. That first swing was defended pretty well by Amanda. But a block of the monster variety. It's 2 in a row that for Folli. Not a bad start for the player that didn't feature in game 1. Silla serves again. Amanda passes well again. Not getting full value for their attacks at the moment, either team. Ratsky forcing the issue, and that's a nice swing. Julita Pieszecka, though, being told by the referee that she's hit it into the antenna, I think. Looked like a good swing. And just clipped the antenna on the way, didn't it? Tickled it. Good spot from the eagle-eyed David Fernandez. 3-1. Silla puts it deep. Solid pass again from Amanda. Very deliberately played that 3.5 ball to come inside, but they have basically tracked in to a block that is doing serious damage. And that is Igonu just taking over from Folli to make that stop. Second block of the game for her. And second time she stopped Juve. Alessandro Ciappini going to work very early.
More with the cover when we had this exclamation mark, because we got 2 blocks, 2 times we could cover the ball, okay? Don't stop, girls, keep playing. Put the ball high, try to use the side of the net, it's the best way, not too much on the middle. Try to always escape the ball.
Yeah, they're going to pack the middle on Juve for her favoured cross-court shot. So she's going to need Ratsky to ping it out to the antenna. And she'll try and find the line from there, but that's easier said than done. Good serve. Nice pass from Maeva. Pieszecka stopped. And it's Kara Bajema this time weighing in with the block. The American who played in Poland last season, a couple of seasons ago actually, with Rzeszów, then signed for Wakiv Bank and came from Wakiv Bank to Milano. Should be defended, is. Oro puts it high for Igonu. And I think Juve has just got a bit of revenge alongside Witkowska. Yeah, good block. The number 7. Shetska then back to serve. Bajema, solid pass. Foley hits that very hard. Got up high, came in hard on the power, but then just turned it across her body. Watch the angle she hits here. That was pretty well covered by Witkowska. Just didn't quite commit on the angle. She might have got a touch on that if she pushed hard. 3 points early then for Foley. Out of system problems here. Free ball. Milano should make the most of it. That's huge. Oro has been doing this more and more this season. She's been putting Egonu on the tape and just trusting Paola Egonu to out-jump everybody. And she's gone straight over the top of Amanda Francisco, the Brazilian left side. First swing for Amanda. She gets stopped. And Egonu's on fire at the moment with her block and with her offence. One Brazilian to another, but nothing doing. 8-2, fine start from Milano. Volley, no luck this time. Playing game 1, Brenda Castillo didn't feature much either, the libero, so a couple of changes being rung here by Marco Gaspari. They had a real tussle at the weekend away to Pinerolo. Managed to get through that in 5 sets, but it was a tricky one. Good pass. Too low from Oro to Herman, and Alexander Grica reads it well. First point on the board for Grica. Polish national squad player for a number of years now, despite her young age of 23. Well, Milano's pass at the moment is really good. Good try, trying to bump that to the tape for Juve. Nice recycle here. Castillo is on the Amanda cross-court shot, and Amanda, in turn, was in the right place to defend Bajema, but just couldn't get the right contact. And the American puts it away for another point. 1 block, 1 kill for Bajema. 3 blocks, 1 kill for Paola Egonu. Deep hit. What a pass from Maya Verton. Roberta Ratska's a little bit lucky there. As she was trying to line up where Grica was for the attack, she sort of lost sight of the ball. Watch this. Yeah, the little look there to the middle nearly cost her the set, but she got good hands on it in the end, and Grica puts it away. Kill for her. Juve with the serve. Bajema overpass. Oh no, it isn't. Good save from Oro, and then battered out of play from Bajema. So this is a little bit in and out, a little bit up and down at the moment for the home side. Certainly more out than in. Not all plain sailing then for Milano. First slightly wayward pass and another wayward set to Herman. I'll be honest, last week Herman and Oro took quite a long time to find the connection. It's tough for the middles. Not always their fault if the ball's not in the window to hit. Juve out of the back line's too low. Always too low, and she's going to need a bit more of a peak on the ball than this. Just watch Herman licking her lips as that one was low. She knew she was on that. Oh, it's a good finish. Bajema and Herman with a very nice stop. Heavy swing from Amanda, easily defended. Silla's first attempt, That's a thrashing spike, knocks Pieszczka off her feet. And Pieszczka nearly gets hit again. Herman puts the overpass away. Well, hasn't had a ball to hit in offence yet, off the setting of Otto, but I'm happy to fill her boots on that one. Good pass again from Amanda. Loves the tempo of that Radske set. Keep an eye on number 13, Amanda Francisco, on the Łódź side of the net when she comes round to serve. It's a funny old pre-serve routine. Here we go. I will never get my head around that. Oh, shot. What a hit from Miriam Siller. She jumps out of the gym, and watch the contact point here. Straight over the top of Radske. So Siller weighs in with her first point. And Herman picks up another one, this time with the ace. I think they call that versatile. One overpass kill, one block, one ace for Herman. Oh, couldn't quite make it the full suit. Right at the top of Rika's reach on the slide, but did well to use it. Rika then to serve. 13-9 Milano, no troubles yet for the home side. Beautiful. Well, that's a pair of players that in the international setup have spent a fair amount of time in training camps together. And Oro is clearly trying to force the middle. Hasn't quite worked with Herman yet, but that was a peach for Volley to hit. Kills, 2 blocks for Volley, ace, no, out. Here's the other setter. Formidable international quality for Roberta Radske. Tokyo and World Championship silver medalist with Brazil. Deliberately working the hands of Juve. Knew she couldn't get over the top of the opposite, so just waited for the block to show. Show him. Oh, hits him. Just a bit too early there on Silla. The crowd lover. She loves the crowd. Deep serve, Maeva with another good pass. Decent set from Radske and a good put away from Witkowska. Just trying to stay in it. Good swing from the senior Polish international. Pieszczka at the service line. Goes deep and out. Quiet player is Julita Pieszczka out on court. She's got a ferocious swing. It's the ball with a very fast arm. That's what's given her the nod so far, but expect to see Alexandra Dudek in if things don't go well. Good work. And using the block just as efficiently as Miriam Siller. Starting to put some numbers together already. Amanda. Four down, Witkowska hits Siller. Siller, decent enough pass. Jema off the top of the block, well patrolled by Amanda. That's a clever set. That is a really clever set, on the run as well. That's not easy. And it was the least of the percentage balls. Blockers thinking this is going Juve. But instead, Pieszczka. Just didn't quite get set in time. Witkowska sideline, Bajema passes, good turn from Herman, that's a better connection. with Oro. Well, even when the ball is not perfect, Oro's been trying to force the middle. So when it is perfect, you expect her to go there. Good set opposite to Juve, but Juve's just not getting a lot of elevation tonight. She didn't look particularly mobile in the warm-up. Just wonder if that heavily strapped left thigh is bothering her. And as Milano push it out to a 5-point lead again, Alessandro Chiappini decides to stop the match again.
Part of the set, many balls we couldn't attack because the set is not enough. Okay, just pay more attention on the second touch, everybody. We lost 2 or 3 opportunities after important defense and after important point. Even these games, we are right to -3 2 times. Just stay there, stay there. Second, we have to help more with the cover. Move and stop when we attack because we cannot be emotional, otherwise we are not going to the ball. Okay?
There we go. We always listen in for the bits of magic from the coaches, but we so often come away from a timeout realising it was the basics. You can't defend if you're moving, and you've got to get in and support your hitter. Quite a few balls have hit the floor off the block that Chiappini feels his players could have defended. Well worked. Maya Wirtz passing nicely at the start of this game, and she does a little lap of honour there. She goes back to her team. Valentina Juve with the kill. Needs some numbers tonight, does Juve. Already been blocked though 3 times. Can't afford for that to keep happening. Has to put plenty on the scoreboard for Łódź tonight. Oro makes the set, but it's not hittable. All Bajema could do is bump it over. And would you believe it? Alexandra Grika has touched the net, swinging at the overpass. A little too keen. Oh yeah, oh dear. Well, a very, very, very early Christmas present, not unwrapped. Or a late one, of course. Oh dear. Oh dear, and the wheels coming off at the moment for ŁKS. Milano are putting the pressure on with every single play right now. That's a good serve from Bajema. American picking up an ace. To go with her block and her kill so far. Better pass from Amanda. A tricky bounce off Scylla's block. Kind of went block net. Lassoed it around her and into the floor. She hates that. Here we go then, with the Amanda pre-serve routine. Watch the point at which it looks like she's dropped the ball. I'll be honest, first time I saw her play and commentated on her, I thought she had dropped it. And it was a fault, but it's just the way she does it. Oh dear, is this a rotation issue? No, we're okay. Just happened behind the lines, Judge. Typical. Sort of forced to tip. Not a great set. Solid blocking from Milano, though. And a decent aggressive swing from the replacement opposite. So Alessandro Chiappini has just snuck Anastasia Vereshchuk of Ukraine onto the court, 19-year-old right side player. Valentina Juve has gone to the bench, and that may be an issue for Juve. I was talking about the fact she wasn't jumping particularly well. Can Milano get themselves out of trouble? No, that's too tight. Free ball. Łódź have to score with this. Oh, it's a good try from the other replacement on court. Backup setter Paulina Zabrowska is in, so it's the double substitution for Łódź. Setter and opposite, flipping the rotation. And another sub, Amanda off. Comes Susanna Goreczka, Polish wing spiker. Like that swing. That is a very good swing from Piasecka. It's often the way out of problems against a good block. Hit high, hit hard, hit the perimeters. If you can also hit the middle player when they're defending on that one rotation, it's like the triple whammy. It's a whammy for Grieca. She's missed another serve. Milano muddling along through this phase. They were very strong a few minutes ago to forge the lead, but they are losing a bit of rhythm, bit of momentum here. Oro misses another serve. Double substitution reversed. Comes Jorowska, back in goes Roberta Ratzke, and back in goes Valentina Dziuk. And out comes placement opposite Rysiuk. So we're back to where we were for the Łódź team, with the exception of Goreczka. They're not getting anywhere near that one. Ngonu sticks another point on the board. Very smooth swing. Can sometimes overcut that line shot, but gets it right this time. First mistake from the Łódź captain. Maya Avert is beaten by Miriam Silla. Ace. Ace, ace. Yeah, you see. You can't get away from the sound bites that accompany modern volleyball. Brilliant stuff. All the crowd know it. Ace, ace, monster block, super spike, etc, etc. Still nothing for the defenders, bless them. Good pass from Maya Vert on the move. Piasecka hits it hard and nearly, very nearly defended out of the net by Bajema. Not quite. Kill for Piasecka. If they hadn't made as many errors as they've made, Łódź would have certainly been closer in this opening set. But they've been the architects of their own downfall. Too many serves out, too many spikes into the block. Nice pass from Silla. What a set from Oro. Bajema gets the reuse. Goes to Ngonu for termination purposes. No, not finished. And that'll do nicely. So there is no problem for Valentina Dziuk. She's back in. And this is where, as coaches will say, you can't teach height. Doesn't need a huge ping of a jump. She's already above the net when she reaches her arm up. Bajema just again showing a target. Still set point, 4 of them. No, Piasecka defends Ngonu. Dziuk again. Can't get it off the block and out. Too tight. Ngonu gets a piece of it. That's helped Łódź out a little bit. And that's tipped wide. No touch on Bajema. Well, Dziuk thinks there is. And she might have just got herself another one here. Bajema says no touch. So we're going to get a video challenge. And we might get a set finish on a video challenge here. Right under the referee's nose. So very difficult for David Fernandez to spot. To give what he saw, and what he saw was a touch. Bajema though says definitely not. And if this goes Marco Gaspari's way, the set goes Milano's way. Two video checks or challenges per set. Just brush the arm. I think that's probably enough evidence to say it has. The referee's decision is correct. They are very, very difficult to call. The ball that brushes the side of the arm is not easy to see on the video challenge, but the referee has given this as a block touch. I think he's given this to Łódź, and I'm not sure the evidence is there to overturn it, despite Marco Gaspari pointing at the big screen. One of those tricky ones. Just what David Fernandez needs at the end of the first set. And he's made exactly the right decision. I can see where Marco Gaspari is coming from, but the bare facts are the decision was with Łódź and there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it.
Dobbiamo essere un pochino più efficaci nel nostro cambio palla. Tutto qua. Arriviamo bene, fanno le variazioni corte, se la palla è perfetta diamo impulso alla traiettoria, andiamo aggressive sul colpo, se non c'è una situazione buona gestiamola bene, bene le coperture e il muro difesa che ha funzionato.
Now, that was a bit of a kick up the bum timeout from Marco Gaspari, but it was also partially the fact that he just lost a challenge that he didn't think he'd lost. And the players got it in the neck for that. But he is very keen for the players not to relax. They are just relaxing a little too much at the back end of this set. It cost poor finishes to sets, cost Scandici in their quarter-final against Azaz Sebastiu. It's a match they probably, on reflection, should have won. Azaz Sebastiu, though, did a remarkable job, and that'll do it. 25-21. Milano take a big, big step closer to the semi-finals for the first time in their club's history. And it is, of course, Paolo Igonu that applies the finishing touch. I don't know if you saw Raffaele Folli's jump on that slow motion. He was miles off the floor. I mean, let's be honest, it's a very, very good bench that could compete in this match on its own for Milano. Also, Alessandro Ciappini's got a few decisions to make as well. So there we go. There's our two opposites, the head-to-head that we told you about right at the top. Valentina Juve at the moment not quite making a dent in Milano's hopes. Stick with their starting lineup. Marco Gaspari as well, going with the same group of players for Milano. The Alexander Grieke at the service line to get this game underway. Yeah, and if you want to join the conversation, we'd love to hear from you. Hashtag CEV. Get in on the Champions League chat. Good block. That'll start with, look at the reaction from Kamila Witkowska. That's one to stick on the old show reel. Remember that day that you blocked Paolo Igonu? Sure do. Well, she's done it once, she's got to do it again now. Nice try to get the replay, but not going to work. Milano get their first point on the board. crowd in again. The Italian fans at the Champions League matches this season have been just brilliant. Too tight to the net. Well recycled off the block. Piaszczek gets a full swing, goes high and hard off the hands. Bojema's despairing dive can't bring it back into play. It's a good try. Certainly stopped a goal. Castillo waits as part of this passing lineup. Bojema and Silla, the other two passers. Tight, just a bit too tight from Silla. Alessia Oro called for either net touch, or what often happens with the setter here is they land and put their foot over the line, and that's exactly what Oro's done. So she didn't feel a net touch, but her foot was on the wrong side of the court. Łódź making a cautiously good start here to set 2. Oh, that was dirty from Rafaela Folli. And no apology to Maya Vert. Your fault for standing there. Good try from the Łódź captain, but this was travelling. Piaszczek can't quite get the ball on Ratska's head, but comes back with a nice swing. She had a jittery game in the first one, did Piaszczek, and so she was on and off court. Her pass certainly suffered. But you see what I mean about that arm? When she gets high enough off the floor, and she does on a frequent occasion, she puts the ball away pretty effectively. Good pass from Bojema. Nice swing from Igonu. I tell you, when she's hitting the perimeters, Paola Igonu, I'm not sure how you stop her. Piaszczek had to play it. It probably would have clipped the baseline. Rafaela Folli then having a good game. 6 points on the board so far. 3 really good blocks as well. Amanda, cheeky little tip. Very experienced Brazilian international, signed from the Rexona club in the Brazilian Premier League. Super League. So Witkowska from a block on Paola Igonu to a serve into the net. How the mighty have fallen. She'll be back, don't worry. Igonu slaps the ball into play, out of system for Diouf. Goes off the top of the fingers, easily defended by Silla. It's a fierce hit from Bojema, well defended by Piaszczek. And the ball just too far and too wide for Amanda to cope with. Good athleticism from Amanda to get ready for the hit, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Better pass from Piaszczek. Diouf, though, is blocked big time by Herman and Bojema. The read here on the blocking schedule from Milano is massive. And that's a very good movement from Bojema. Sus that Diouf is trying to work the line now, having been blocked a couple of times cross-court. Chance for revenge. Oh dear. Now then, that is Alexander Grika down. There's a number of different things that happen for middles. It's usually the middles that are smacking their wing spikers in the face on the block. But that has gone right on her nose from Cara Bojema at full tilt. That's going to sting. Those are not tears of joy. She's all right though. She's all right. Well played by the referee to step in there, because head injuries have to be very well dealt with and very quickly dealt with. She's fine though. Amanda doesn't quite get enough on that. It's again too tight for Bajema. Oh, it's another fine lineup on the block. Juve goes again, a little further off the net. Defended by Gonu. Joust, Grieker versus Oro. Grieker wins it, but Bajema still comes up with the point. Gets it high through the hands of Grieker. And listen to this from the Milano fans, they're engaged again. Sluggish start to set 2, but the team's on the move now. Big serve, beautiful pass from Amanda. Grieker winds it up through the middle, but the blockers get a piece of it, and then Herman, very mobile. That's a lot of movement from the Belgian middle. Really impressive. Watch that, lands out all the way round to the slide, and then standard jump off one leg. The only time you see volleyball players do it on that slide, the middle players, full extension, very difficult to stop. Time out then for Alessandro Ciappini.
Again, attention to the jump service first of all, okay? Probably what you play. They are following a lot, ok? Vale ricordare che all'ultimo momento ti muove le mani, se tu tiri profondo gli fai mani fuori.
Per avere un'altra occasione.
Which place you play? Shoot open? Shoot open?
I don't know if
You can play under or open, or you can shoot, play block out there, and then play. That's fine.
Does that a lot, Ciappini. Always wants to know what Radska's next set is after a timeout. There we go, the Łódź fans in good voice. They're not going to have their evening ruined by the scoreboard. They're here to enjoy their evening in Milano. Piasecka, fine pass off that heavy serve. Once again, Juve can't get past the block. This is worrying for ŁKS Łódź. She can't put the ball away at the moment. Again, Otto. Short and low on the set. You've gone nowhere near it. It needs a bit of a peak on it when you're a touch out of system in transition like that. Puts enough height on that for Amanda to do the rest. Great celebration. Juve to serve. 2-point lead though already from Milano. Nice. Really nice reach. The tempo on that from Oro was excellent. And Bajema was locked into it. The movement here from the American. Lovely stuff. Good show on the timing step. Bajema floats it deep. They're targeting Piasecka. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Goodness me. Well, we've had a couple of nasty collisions at the net. Alexander Grieker has been hit in the face in the game, and now she's ended up crashing in to Miriam Silla, and hopefully it was just a bit of a scream of panic from Silla as she was thumped in the midriff. Oh, that's nice. She's a classy player, is Miriam. Yeah, just lost control of herself and came underneath the net. It could have been much, much worse. Silla is precautionary substitution. She's been taken off court for that thump to the upper hip. And of course, just what you want. Raffaella Folli as a teammate. She's been cut. Dear me. Folli's still smiling. That is a bizarre injury. Repairs from the technical staff. It's typical, isn't it? What you want is sympathy from your teammates. What do you get? Oh, nothing. Poor old Miriam. And I think that's actually affected Alexandra Grieker just as much. She was desperately upset that she collided with Miriam Siller. In comes Helena Cozot then, French international. Is on to replace Miriam Siller, classy player as well. Goes roll off the block to start. Oro finds her again. Nice swing from the bench and everybody's down. Well, stranger incidents have influenced the direction of a match. And Grieker, having felled Siller, is still on the court and puts that one away. No justice, as they say. Well, that's what the Milano fans will be feeling. Oh, wow. See what I mean about the replacements available to Milano. It is just a stunning bench. And this is a stunning hit. Helena Cozot put her back into that jump and she has cranked it. First kill for her. Belgian international Herman with the serve. Raffaella Foley with a good joust. Few schools of thought here, but touch the ball second if you can, which she did, and that means you can apply pressure for just that little bit longer. It was just a bit too much for Roberta Radsky. Miss on the opposite, on that slide from Grieker. So Valentina Diouf has barely put a ball away in this set. The Łódź players now starting to make wholesale errors. And Milano running away with it again. In comes Sonia Stefanik. I'm not surprised to see that substitution. Grieker, I think, has been affected by that collision with Siller. She's off. In comes the Polish middle. Shetska shanks it into the net and Radska makes contact trying to save it. Well, Milano are strolling to the semi-finals.
Not the moment to let them go because mentally we are down. Just continue to play, head up, believe, stay positive. If something happens, it can be also normal. Just be positive. Don't think too much. And play your game like we played before. That's it. Okay? Little bit more shape to the ball. Now they are searching you. Finish up, give more shape, and we play from there. Okay?
Let's go,
What you play?
Don't give up!
Here we go, same old question. What do you play? So Radske will tell him what our next set is. The Łódź fans don't seem too downhearted. Polish fans, Italian fans, Brazilian fans, wow, they know how to enjoy this game. And it's the Milano fans that are enjoying it most. The Vero Volley Ultras up there in the second tier having a great time. No, ain't happening. Piasecka with a nice enough pass. Radska trying to find Stepanik and she didn't even leave the floor. The captain Maeva doing the rounds, trying to get the team motivated. Disappointing evening so far for the visitors. Well, side out is good, but that's not what Łódź needs. Łódź need points on their own serve. Good swing from Piasecka. Stefanik to serve. Easy pass for Bajema. And Rigonu has slammed it onto the line. Quite a few wonderful slow-mo shots of Paola Rigonu down the years, wide-eyed and celebrating with her teammates after shots like that. Alessia Oro with the serve. Milano captain puts it into play. The Łódź captain passes it nicely. Witkowski can't put it down. Krzyzewska again, the block too big for it. And forced to tip. Otto makes the play easily. Castillo bumps it to Igonu. This time Igonu doesn't finish. Diouf, first hit for a long time. Hasn't put the ball away at all in this set. And finally gets it into the corner. Vasca holding faith with her Italian opposite. Paid dividends on that occasion. Castillo, what a pass. And another towering hit from Volley. I remember commentating on her last year. She was flying in a game. It's head and shoulders over the net tape. Dynamic hitting from Rafaela Volley adds another kill to her. A couple of blocks in the match. Now, good server is the French captain, Helena Cazot. Puts it in with force. Well passed by Amanda. Diouf out on the wrong side and hits it right at the top of her reach. Just kind of flicks the wrist over the top of the ball here. Sends it home. Picks up her game. You never know. Good dig, Maeva positioning herself well down the line. And Amanda working it nicely off the hands. Now remember, Łódź have no second chances from here. So it's not about them just trying to find some rhythm and some momentum in the match to take forwards. It's now or never. They've got to go here. Otherwise Milano will be into the semis courtesy of winning 2 sets. Volley gives them another point towards that goal. Another fine pass from Castillo. Volley will serve. 32 years of age now, Rafaela Volley. Well passed by Amanda, well read though by Helman. And Diouf hitting with a bit more firepower now, but missing that one. Not sure Alessandro Chiappini is going to challenge here, although he does have a couple in the bank. No, that's way out. Five points away from a place in the Champions League semi-finals for Milano for the first time in the club's history. Make it 4. I wonder what Marco Gaspari's thinking is from here. Just looking at the next game they play in Serie A, it's against Roma. May want to rest a few players. A couple of days to recover for the Milano team before they go into action again. Number 12 on court, Teodora Pusic. 20-year-old Romanian libero. Really good backup as well. Substitution on the Łódź side as well. Claudia Allegierski comes in. Middle blocker on to serve and play defence. Herman pondering the delay. We're all right. Everything's fine. Just the refs having some fun. Gieske puts it long. Subbed into serve. Serves out. Milano are nearly into the last 4. Just the 7 points for Igonu so far in the match. Good defence from Pusic. Wow, they've set Pujema very tight to the net tonight, and she's dealt with most of it. Another good swing from the American. What a great touch. Off the bench and straight into defensive action from Pusic. Pujema tries the finishing touch. And Igonu now and Milano rampant. Oh, wow. Big swing, big block, but it's just wide. Diouf gets her point. And they've been hard to come by for Valentina Diouf in this set. like the flex from Pujema after missing the block. That was cracking stuff. Ratske out, Zabrowski in, and Hrysiuk also onto court. So second string setter is in, backup opposite player is in the front court, and all to no effect. Nice set from Oro. Herman fires on the slide. Now just trying to look down to see if the Milano subs are getting warm, and they are. They're trying to move around quite a bit, so we may see some changes at the end of this set, because Milano are going to be into the semi-finals without any fuss or bother. Two side outs will do it. I think Łódź's coach Chiappini may be wanting to rest a few players as well. Goreczka comes in, he has league ambitions as well to attend to. And sometimes you just have to accept when it's not happening, it's not happening. And it's so often the case when these matches finish early. They don't finish, we still play out to a result, but it's a chance for the substitutes to get a run out. Goreczka, good serve. Oro gets a nice replay off the block and then gets another horrible pass and pokies it, beach style, to open court. 10 semi-final points for Milano. Very deliberately played, and played very well. Herman with the serve. It's Doug. This is it. Oh, and it's out off the block from Cazot. And that's the win in this fixture for Milano. It's not the end of the match, not tonight, but it's the end of this quarter-final. And Milano, for the first time in their history, are through to the last four of the CEV Champions League. It's a very proud moment, and the substitutes are getting fired up to go, which means we're likely to see Adjoak Malual, the young opposite from Italy, coming in to replace Igonu. Might see a run out for backup setter Vittoria Prandi. Pusic might stay out there as well. And then Nika Daldaro, if fit, will come in possibly with Helena Cazot. And we'll wait and see if Chiappini wants to change it around as well. Semi-finals, here we come. And they are on their way. It's a good night for Allianz Vero Volley Milano. Sunday. So away we go with set three. Alessia Oro is still out on court for Milano. Milano are through to the semis, but Malual is in the opposite slot. She got an MVP. Oh no, she isn't. It's Igonu again. My apologies. I honestly thought she got herself warm and ready to go, but no. Marco Gaspari has decided against bringing too many changes. So, it's pretty much as is for this Milano team. And it's pretty much as was from sets 1 and 2. Volley straight into action with a monster block. Kościecka gets it roofed straight back on her head. Well, Milano have been commanding tonight. Łódź will be disappointed that they have not managed to find any real pressure. Hopefully Miriam Silla is not seriously injured, I think, by the reaction of her own teammates, which was largely amusement. But I think she's okay. But Grika definitely drew blood with the collision at the net. Kazok fired up and hammering away. Otto puts it long. But a solid start. It does look like Milano want to get this done in 3 this evening. They don't want to hang around too long, substitutes or not. And Łódź, by the same token, have decided they too are going to keep their team out on the floor. So Juve still opposite, Kościecka and Amanda left side. Maeva in that libero position, Witkowska, and I think Stefaniak's probably coming to replace Grika, we'll see. Again, too tight from Oro for the swing. Got a bit more room on that out of system play. Allows Igonu to hammer it away. She's been good this season. You can clearly see how much she's enjoying playing with this Milano group of players. And I'm sure Paolo Igonu had something to do with the way this team has been made up this season. It was a wholesale change of staff, really. 10 new players came through the door in the off-season for Allianz Vero Volley Milano. It was a change of name as well, to go from Monza to Milano. And so far, it's worked. They're in contention in Serie A. They are second at the moment, just ahead of Novara, just behind the undefeated Panthers of Conegliano. Volley thunders another one. All of that, of course, matters not with the playoffs for Scudetto coming into action in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, it's important to finish as high as you can, get the best possible playoff tie. And if they stay in second, they will dodge Conegliano until the final, if that's where they're going. And then it'll be a rematch from the last couple of seasons. Good try. Good try to recycle. So we do have one change for Milano. Recchi's come in the middle. So Herman is rested for this set. The American who's been scoring for fun this season is on. Pusic, the replacement libero for Brenda Castillo. And Witkowska's serve has deserted her for the last couple of attempts. Two Americans side by side there, Recchi and Bojema. Joined by Oro in front court as Igonu goes to the baseline. Tried to give it everything. Full treatment on that one, but straight into the net. Not saying we won't see substitutions come in at some point for both teams in this set. Certainly if Milano get a commanding lead, Gaspari might be tempted. Wow. A clubbing spike from Recchi. She's been running very fast tempos, and that one was fired at her by Otto, and how she got a full swing on that. That was remarkable timing. Ace from Bojema. Yep. Milano on the charge. Back-to-back points from the American pair. Maeva is passed really well tonight, beaten on this occasion. Swing from Amanda, touch on the net from Recchi by the looks of it. Oro suffering, as so many wing spikers do, when the big middles cannon into you. Nice pass, Oro going on the second ball. She knew she had view defending there on that angle, so just dropped it in front of the Łódź opposite. Grieca is still on, incidentally, so she's come back to the court. Sonia Stefanic's time out there as a substitute is short-lived, so she's on for this third set. It's very unusual, this. More often than not, when one of these fixtures is done, for the remaining sets, coaches bring subs in, I mean virtually all the time. So this is quite unusual to see what is almost the same group of athletes out on the floor that started the match. Łódź trying to make the best of it. They can't get anything from this match apart from salvaging some pride. And making it a slightly longer evening for their opponents than it would have been. Wow. I'll tell you what, the middles tonight for Milano have been so impressive. Watch this from Foley. That is proper hang time. She could have gone anywhere she wanted with that. Good set from Oro, getting good pace on the ball to the middle. And that's good pace on the reverse set. Juve can't put it away. Full swing from Cazal, will take the deflection. Had an injury around Christmas time, Helena Cazal, and it was a frustrating few weeks away from the court. Since she's come back with real vigour. She's swinging hard. Shetska makes the pass, gets the return ball. Can't beat the tumbling defence of Bojema. Nice smooth swing into the corner again from Cazal. Both the left sides for Milano firing now. That was a very deliberate little diving dig from Bojema right on the head of Oro. Still waiting to see if Marco Gaspari wants to call some players from the bench. He doesn't look minded to at the moment. We've got a challenge here from Alessandro Ciappini. Oh my goodness, net touches the ball, it's a no. And that's not why I'm saying oh my goodness. When the 80s went, I hoped that I would never hear the birdie song again. But every so often, it rears its ugly head. Defended. Juve puts it away for Łódź. That's nice. She's playing better in this set. There's nothing riding on it for Łódź anymore. And if you're at a tournament, incidentally, over the summer, there's a Spanish team there. Get the DJ to put the birdie song on them. They will go berserk. They've got a dance for it and everything. Good swing, good block. Juve alongside Witkowska, and the Łódź players determined to enjoy what might be their final outing onto the court in this season's Champions League. In terms of this set, they would dearly love to drag this into a fourth and maybe even a fifth. And if Milano want to get away for dinner, they need to do some more of that. What a hit. When the two contact noises, i.e. hand to ball, ball to floor, are moments apart, you know it's been hit hard. And that was hit very hard. Now, off the back of that spike, can Cazal get a good contact on this jump serve? Could be an ace coming here. Well, overpass is just as good. It's over the net. Nothing Bojema could do with that one, but play it on. Juve standing start, beats volley. Straight between Pajama's legs. Łódź hanging around here. And the problem for Milano will be that if Łódź keep trying to play tough and force the issue in the game, trying to extend the sets here, and Milano lose a bit of focus, we could still go to 4, maybe further. There we go, overpass from Kozot. One of the best passers in terms of her stats this season into Gota Syria. Let's get a serve again. Lead reduced to just 2 points now. Good read on the block. Volley running it a little slower. And Pajama, heavy hit. Straight into the block of Witkowska and Juve. And this rotation is being very kind to Łódź. Good stop from Witkowska. And a brilliant follow-up. Milano fans trying to fire it up again. Maybe they got tables booked for dinner. Oh, what a piece of defence from Radske. Now, has that come back inside the antenna? I'm not sure it did, you know. It's a superb effort from Łódź. It matters not. It's Milano's point, and they needed that. Milano. I tell you, that's a fabulous defensive play from Maeva. I didn't think that angle was available. Good work. Amanda turns the scoreboard over again, so if Łódź can just get into a bit of a grind on side out here, they might be able to take this set just a little bit deeper than the 21 points that they managed to score in the first. Again, that tempo is pretty close to zero, which means that the ball is coming out of Oro's hands but being hit almost immediately by Retke. That's a good swing from the American. Good set from Oro as well, because that was a high set for the football in front of her. We do have a change. Here we go. In comes Malual. Now it might be the double substitution. So Malual is on opposite in front court blocking duties for Oro. And if it is the double, then we will see Vittoria Prandi, the backup setter. We'll wait and see. Here we go. And Marco Gaspari's not too happy with his sub there, because she wasn't waiting and ready to go. And that can get you a yellow card. Good swing from Juve. Here we go. They do manage to transport 28-year-old Vittoria Prandi onto the court. Milano playing it risky here. Good pick up off the net from Prandi and a net touch. Yeah, net touch, I think, given against Prandi, and she's just trying to get confirmation from the referee whether it was foot over the centre line. No touch on the net. Let's see if it was an infringement. Well, we can't quite see on that shot, but it did look like she put her right foot all the way over the line. 15-all. Łódź are back in this. But only in the sense of trying to get a result this evening in terms of this quarter-final. That's gone. Milano are through. It's good work on the bench by Malual. And again, but defended by Maeva off the block. In fact, that's the new libero on court, Kinga Drabek. And Łódź making a move. Marco Gaspari decides timeout.
In 4 short set. è il second. E ragazzi, ascoltate, stanno lavorando troppo sulle mani nostre in transizione, di qua e di là. Chiudiamo, andiamo davanti, da tutte e due le parti, fast, l'opposto, il secondo posto, lo schiacciatore, tutto sulle mani. Chiudiamo bene, via, andiamo.
Quite a thin dividing line between hitting hard off the top of the block, going for the block out kill, and that same ball being recycled by your opponents. So you have to get it right, but if you're swinging hard at the top of the block but into the meat of the court, into the big area of the court, there's a chance you'll be defended. Good service run this by Diouf. Oh, fine shot. Very nice from Karabajema. Set from Prandi. Just got enough on it to allow Bajema to expose that line. 16-all. Hits Amanda hard. Little out of system. Good control off the block. Prandi goes wide. And the timing not quite there for Kazol. She runs a very quick tempo off a flat, fast ball from Oro. And there was just a touch of peak on that one that didn't allow Kazol to really settle into her approach. Some of the Milano junior side in and watching and supporting. Recki paintbrushes it to the floor. Stung Milano into action, I think. You know, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. That was more of a cut than a paintbrush. Either way, it's a point Milano. It's a timeout to Alessandro Chiappini.
Slide with 5 was good before, reply, okay, and superior, eh? Dai, girl.
Well played to the Łódź fans. Still in great voice, despite getting a bit of a spanking tonight. Well, they're trying to save face here in set 3 in a match that has eluded them. The tie is gone, but there's still a result to be had this evening. So Chiappini using both his libros with Majever and Brabec on and off. Touch again on the block from Recki. Pusic screams to get everybody out the way and lets Kazol free with another ripper. Watch her line up the angle here, Kazol. She had one thing in mind. Deep corner at 5. Wasn't much Majever could do about that. 19-16, Milano back in charge. Bajema sails it out over the line. That was an interesting reaction from the coach, Marco Gaspari, then. He knows that every time that happens, it's an opportunity for Łódź to cause more problems. 3-point lead, not quite enough. Prandi fires it out to Kazol again. Oh, it's been played by Pusic. Malual cuts it. Easy defence for Drabec. And that has been blocked straight back into Diouf. And there's not much you can do when you've hit the ball and it's coming back at you. You can't get out of the way. Even if it's going out, sometimes you just can't limbo under it. When you're in the air, it is impossible. Recki to serve, back to the 3-point lead for Milano. Nice pass from Majever. Nice swing out of the pipe from Diouf. Milano dominating on blocks. There's not been a huge amount, but they have been important blocks when they've happened. Lovely pass. And a nice set from Kratzke. Double sup from Chiappini. So Diouf out, Zaborowska the backup setter in. Which means it should be Prishuk in that opposite position. Just looking down to court to see if that is the case. Prishuk is on, far side. Krzyzewska misses. It's not what was planned for the substitution. So, video challenge for the touch. I think this might be Chiappini just grabbing himself a bit of breathing space here. It's Juak Malua, 23-year-old Italian opposite. Honestly, they could have a whole team of opposites, Italy, heading into the Olympic Games. So many quality right-side players. No touch, but we're not surprised to find that out. Well, in case you hadn't heard first time around, it's no touch. Malual to serve. She was in with the rest of the team on Tuesday evening watching the Challenge Cup final that Monza's men were unable to really get into. They needed a big result against Project Warszawa to force the golden set, but it just didn't happen. And Chiappini is sticking with his substitution. Prishuk and Zaborowska stay out on the court. Watch Foley smack Drabek with this one. It's not a fierce hit. Drabek's a brave libero. Stuck in there. Good set from Brandy, good finish from Foley, good pictures from our host broadcaster here on Euro Volley TV. And Milano are about to put the finishing touches on this draw. It's a semi-final appearance for them. It hasn't happened for Valentina Diouf and her Łódź team tonight on their return to Italy. Heavy swing from Kazok. Saved, but it's a free ball, well tidied up by Pusic. And beautifully hit. Both Bajema and Kazot have been targeting deep five, right into the corner, yet just there. There's a lot of Herman signals, and I think Miriam Silla is fine. Patch-up job, and she's okay. And a rather puzzled look from Kazot. She maybe thought there was a substitution happening, but no, it's second time out for Chiappini.
What you play with Kama? X2 or 1? 0. Perfect, okay? We have setter now, we can try, and second set. Okay, girls, control the ball, Control the ball, vai. Good speed.
Well, as every really good professional coach will be doing at this stage in a disappointing evening and a disappointing match, still trying to work professionally with the players. You can do a lot more damage in this situation than good. So you have to be very careful, and Chiappini doing exactly the right thing. So substitution reversed, Diouf and Radska back on. And the timeout has done its job. Kazot error. So Milano not home yet. Here comes Zuzana Goreczka, or Piaszecka, on for serving duties. Second season with Łódź for Goreczka, making her way through the junior ranks and hoping for a shot at the senior team on a regular basis. Good serve. Ace serve from the bench, just what the coach wanted. Scream between Pusic and Kazot as they both went for the same ball. Pusic this time, clean pass out of the back line. Malual tips. It's a good piece of work from her. That's great vision, and it's another player that is building elements into her game, Malual. Vision. She's very confident this season when she's been introduced into the action. Volley serves well. Diouf out of system, tips, easy dig for Kazot. And Malual out of the back line. This time puts some heat on it. Going for the hands, but misses. So no touch, no challenge. Two match points for a straight 3 sets victory for Milano. And this one has been a lap of honour. On the reverse, Turecki, well defended. And through the block from Diouf. And Łódź not done yet. Their best score on the night. They've struggled their way to 23. And Milano in the situation here where they might just have 1 foot back in the dressing room. Deep serve, pass tight, Diouf gets it off the hands. They've got control of the ball. Bojema finishes. And Milano win and win big. 3-0 with home court advantage, but after 2 sets it was done and dusted. And Milano make history for the club. They are through to the semi-finals of the CEV Champions League. It is indeed champagne time, as those fans are suggesting. And away we go with the Vero Volley theme tune. So, just the MVP to be announced. It'll come from the Milano team. Come on, you know the words. Sing along. Delight for the fans. A season that continues to provide some really good moments, and this is another special moment. Mayabert's Łódź team just could not get going tonight. But sporting handshakes between the 2 sets of players. Played in a nice spirit. Łódź certainly contributed to a good evening. 25-21, 25-14, 25-23. They just couldn't contribute opposition to stop Milano making progress to the final 4. So Milano will play Fenerbahce, who came back and beat Stuttgart. Fenerbahce, winners on the other side of the draw, play the winners of tonight's other quarter-final between Conegliano and Vaki Bank. Teams looking strong. Milano will certainly be flying the flag. Now then, MVP. I'm sure you've got your own ideas at home. It was Alessia Oro from game 1. Who's it going to be from game 2? Good work from the Łódź fans in the background there, supporting their team through thick and thin. But it is the celebration photo that goes to the home side, Milano. It's your final tale of the tape, and it was all very straightforward for the home side in the end. Tested a little bit in set 3, but very, very solid from Marco Gaspari's squad.